Welcome to the special report by Special Olympics Northern California. I'm your host, Ryan Epidendio.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Ryan.
What? He's a pro! What was your favorite moment?
Oh, wow, it's a great question.
You know what it means to be special, I think.
If you make a difference in anything you do, you become special.
Stone Cold Kiddo.
Woo! You know you're right.
All right, my man. Nice job.
I knew everything about it.
You did great.
Welcome to the special report by Special Olympics Northern California. I'm your host, Ryan Epidendio. Today we are doing something special. Let's meet San Jose Earthquakes. Our first special guest, JT. JT, is nice to meet you, and thank you for being here.
Nice to meet you too, Ryan. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm really looking forward to it.
I come from a sports family. Did you grow up playing a lot of sports with your family?
I did. So both my mom and dad played sports when they were young, and sports for us was a huge part of my childhood. Every day after school, my brother and I would compete, whether it was basketball, baseball, soccer, wrestling when we used to get in fights about who was winning or not. But yeah, sports was a massive part of my childhood. It's one of those things that really connected us as a family. I fondly remember my dad and I sitting on the couch watching Giants games, watching Warriors games. So it was a huge part of growing up.
Did you always wanted to be a soccer player?
I grew up playing baseball, basketball, and soccer. And if you would have told me when I was 6 years old, I would have said I want to be like JT Snow, the Giants first baseman, because we had the same name. And then as I grew older and I stopped playing basketball first, and then I stopped playing baseball in 7th grade, and I stuck with soccer. And I loved being on my team. I loved being with my teammates. Some of my closest friends growing up were on my soccer team, and just kind of stuck. So been playing since I was about 5.
Are you from the Bay Area? How important is it to you to play for your local team and give back to the community?
I grew up in Alamo, California, so I've been here almost my entire life. It is a dream come true playing for the San Jose Earthquakes. I used to go to games when I was as long as I can remember, when they used to be at Spartan Stadium at San Jose State, and then when they came back and played at Buckshot, Santa Clara University, and then I went to games at Avaya, which is now PayPal Park. And so to play for the team and to play for the fans of the Bay Area is a complete dream come true.
What made you decide to become a Special Olympics board member? How has it impact on your life on the field and off the field?
Great question. Like I said, growing up, sports were a massive part of my life. My family and I would go to games, we would watch games, we would play as much as we can. I think one of my favorite parts about sports is just the joy that it brings people when you play. Doesn't matter who you are, and you can be from any background, you could be from any part of the world, and it just brings people together. It accepts people, it creates joy, it creates memories, it creates all of these things that I think that you can't really find in many other places besides sports. So I think being an ambassador, being a board member for the Special Olympics has impacted my life in a lot of ways. I love coming to events. I love supporting the athletes. I love being a really big part of the community and just helping out as much as I can. And also it helps me keep things in perspective. I think last July we had a unified game at PayPal Park, and it was probably the most fun I had all year was being with our unified team and the unified team with Real Salt Lake, and had an absolute blast after one of our games when we tied, and I was not feeling so great, but seeing the joy that comes from the unified teams, that comes through playing soccer is what makes it so special.
We are both athletes. You for the Earthquakes and me for Special Olympics. How important do you think inclusion is in sports and in life?
Inclusion is everything. like I said earlier, it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter what you believe in, but sports brings us together. I firmly believe that sports is a tool of connection. Sports, you look around stadiums and all the fans cheering when there's a goal scored, or when you win one of your events in track and fields, everybody cheers for the same person, and it's just a level of joy that it's really hard to find elsewhere.
What do you think it means to be special?
What I think it means to be special is to be unique and to be your own person. Everybody brings something different to the table. And all of those qualities, I think, is what makes human connection so important. And I always like to think things like recipes. I really love cooking. And so you can't have a good recipe without a lot of different ingredients, right? So you can't have a great recipe without salt and pepper and garlic. And I think being special brings all of those flavors and brings it into something that tastes delicious. And I think that's something with Special Olympics, that the connections that we have and we make through sports is what makes it really, really fun.
Thanks for tuning in. This has been a special report from Special Olympics Northern California. Visit dosomethingsspecial.org for more contact information. I am your host, Ryan Penendia.
Thank you, Ryan.
Special.
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 Special isn't my disability.
Special is my bling.
It's my jump shot.
My drive.
Oh yeah.
Special isn't what we are.
It's what we do.